Good evening, everybody. Welcome to It's All Black and White TV. Newcastle 91, Everton 1. Before we get into the show, if you do like what you see, please do follow Sean the Sheep and do smash that like. It does help the channel, so please do give it a thumbs up. It only takes a couple of seconds. If you're brand new to the channel, come and smash the subscribe. Come be part of this great community we got here. Also hit that bell notification to keep you up to date with any future shows, lives or pre-records. If you want to become a member, it's 99p. You can do that by clicking the join button. And if you want to make a donation, you can do that in chat by clicking the $sign, using the super chat function, and all money reinvested back in the channel. Okay, right. Let's get into some comments first of all, and then we will get into it. Ryan's first in. He says, "Hello, Tony, mate." He says, "Can't wait for the live to start. Been suffering mentally lately, and your channel is my favorite on YouTube and really puts a smile on my face." Well, I'm glad I can do that for you, Ryan. And look, mate, chin up, mate. I hope you're getting well and hope you're mental health is not a great illness, to be honest, mate. Arit says, "Andrew, absolutely, mate." Gary says, "What the hell happened to us in that second half?" Well, yeah, exactly. We'll get into that, mate, no doubt. Absolutely raging, says Predator. "Hi, mate, hope you're well." Yeah, just thumbs up. Great channel. Cheers, Pete. Thank you very much indeed, my friend. We let them drag us down to their level. Yes, we did, Gary. Absolutely. Right. Okay. So, so the game, look, we saw the Newcastle lineup come out. We saw Lewis Hall was starting a game, which was a rarity because we've not seen Lewis Hall start. So that was great to see Lewis Hall start the game. And we saw a change that Anderson came into midfield in inexpensive Willock. So not a bad change at all. And there's the Everton lineup as well, with T-Rex in goal for them. So look, we attacked the game. We attacked the first half. We did well. And the thing is, after what was it, 15 minutes, ball came to Isak, and look, Isak scores a lovely goal, let's be honest. Puts it into the back of the net, makes it 1-0, and you think, right, okay, 15 minutes gone, we're 1-0 up. What a start. What a start. And you're thinking, yes, okay, we will go on now, and we should hammer these because, look, let's be honest, Everton haven't won a game in 12 games, They've been absolutely woeful, let's be honest. The perfect start, 1-0 up, and yes, thanks to Alexander Isak. We attacked, we played well in that first half. We had some chances in that first half to put the ball in the back of the net. Unfortunately, we couldn't. T-Rex made a couple of good saves in that first half, which, we have to give him credit. He made the saves, stop us going further ahead. I thought we controlled that first half really well. And when it got to half-time, we were only 1-0 up. I was just thinking, well, how the hell are we only 1 up at half-time? We should be more than 1 up at half-time. We should be at least 2, maybe 3 up at half-time, So I was quite disappointed that we were only 1 up at half-time, But I thought, no, the second half will come out and, we need to come out. My thoughts at half-time were, get out the second half, get an early goal. Once we get the second goal, I think that would kill them off. And I think if we'd got that second goal, we would have gone on and probably won that game 3-4, maybe 5-0. But that didn't seem the case. So let's get into some comments before I get in there. Bloody dumbass, if they extend his contract and definitely Eddie out. Says Predator, shite up front, says Andrew, absolutely. Barnes went missing second half, Longstaff again, shite, Willock did now. Yeah. Look, first half, I was disappointed with Sean Longstaff. I thought he was absolutely dreadful, if I'm honest. And look, I hope Leeds United get promoted because I'm sorry, sell him to Leeds United, sell Longstaff, get him out. He's absolutely dross. where we want to go, Longstaff isn't for us. I'm sorry. He needs to go. Longstaff is absolutely clueless. Hasn't got a clue. Absolutely woeful first half from Longstaff. That he gave balls away. He's just not good enough. I'm sorry, he's not good enough. And it's about time Eddie Howe woke up and saw the coffee and saw them and smelt the coffee and realised that Longstaff is not good enough, But he won't. He keeps playing him game after game after game. And I'm sorry, he's not good enough, Longstaff. He's got to go. Please, just get rid of Longstaff. Please. Gareth says, gutted Tony. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely, Gareth. Gary says, if we'd moved the ball any slower, it would have stopped. Longstaff's clueless. He is, Gary. Absolutely, mate. I totally agree. I'm not going to disagree with you on that. Brian says, the happy clappers are out again and asking the question, why are we getting so many injuries? He's in the dugout. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, yeah, we'll come on to that, Brian. Absolutely, mate. Tony. I was so angry with Dummett. I went to go and pee on my neighbour's welcome mat. Oh, well, I hope you didn't get caught, mate. Anyway, hope they haven't got cameras either. But look, absolutely poor Longstaff was in that first half. So second half, again, we took the game to Everton. Chances were few. We had chances to win. We thought we were 2 up. Alexander Isak put in a lovely ball at the back of the net from Dan Burn, and we thought, yes, great. We're 2-0 up now. Absolutely fantastic. And then, oh, hang on, there's a VAR check for an offside. And when you look at it, as much as we don't like VAR, but you've got to agree, Isak was offside. So what the right decision was made, no goal, offside, Alexander Isak. And that's fair enough. I'll take that all day. I don't mind when VAR's right. And then they made a triple substitution, and the alarm bells rang when James Garner killed the ball past Dubravka. Thankfully, it hit the post and come back out. Now, that was the wake-up call for us. Come on, let's get on with this game and let's go and win it, And again, we probed, but we just could not seem to put these chances away. We had glorious chances to win this game, and we just did not put them away. That second goal was what we needed. That second goal kills Everton off. I'm sorry, it kills them off. So, look, we just couldn't do it. Hall went down with what looked like an injury, or we don't know what's up with him. He goes off. Dummett comes on. We're like, oh, he has a surprise. Paul Dummett gets a stint on the left-hand side as well. But we were absolutely dog shit in that second half. I'm sorry. We did not really deserve anything out of that game. Look, Barnes was nowhere in that second half. We missed Gordon tonight. I'm going to say that now. We missed Anthony Gordon. I mean, yes, Barnes okay in the first half, had a couple of shots. He put one way past the post. But look, in other words, but all in all, we should have beaten this Everton team tonight. We should have. And look, we gifted them a penalty. Now, we don't know what the hell Paul Dummett was doing. Is Paul Dummett playing in the wrong team? Is he playing in the wrong sport? Because that was like a rugby tackle on Ashley Young. Well, sorry, even in rugby, I think he would have been sin binned for that because that was a high tackle. I mean, look, I don't know what the hell Paul Dummett was thinking about, but to drag him down like that, has Paul Dummett forgot VAR now exists? And you could have had VAR there, and you could have said, all right, okay, VAR's in action, I better not pull somebody down. But no, what does Dummett do? He pulls them down. So then there's an attack upfield, and then when that comes to an end, The referee blows his whistle and says, hang on, there's a VAR check for a possible penalty. And you're thinking, for God's sake, no, this can't be right. And then when you see the tackle, you're thinking, he's going to go to the monitor. You could see Tony Harrington was going to get sent to the monitor. And what happened? Tony Harrington went to the monitor. And he didn't take long to come back with the decision of saying it's a penalty. And he pointed the penalty spot. Dubravka trying to get in the face of Calvert-Lewin. Dubravka nearly got a hold of it, I mean, he got his hand on it, but just couldn't keep it out. The power of the power of it just went in. But look, you just thought, this is how I look, We are dominating this game, and yet one stupid mistake and Everton are back in it at 1-1. And it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. I honestly could not believe it that Everton got the equaliser. Then we had the 9 minutes of injury time, and you would have thought in that injury time we would have had time to get a winner, and we just could not get this over the line. As much as we hate T-Rex, and he kept on, but the thing is, at the end of the day, he kept Everton in that game as much as we don't like him. And he got man the match off TNT Sports for it as well. Look, Everton deserved nothing out of that game. We deserve to win that game. But you don't always get what you deserve. Because the problem is, if you don't put your chances away, then you don't deserve to win. And that's exactly what happened. We did not put our chances away. And Everton won that game. Drew that game. Everton could have won that game had Garner's shot gone in, because that could have been a totally different game. I'm telling you now, if Paul Dummett is given an extension on his contract in the summer, then that's an absolute disgrace, because I'm sorry, Paul Dummett needs gone in the summer. Yes, okay, you can say he's probably rusty, he doesn't play enough football. But come on, he should know about VAR, surely. He knows VAR is an operation, and that if you do anything wrong in the box, it's going to be scrutinised. And that's exactly what's happened. Dummett's been scrutinised on it. Look, we need to get, if we want to get into European competition, we got to start beating teams like Everton. Now, we've got to go to Craven Cottage on Saturday. Now, let's be honest. Yes, okay, they got beaten by Forest tonight 3-1 at the City Ground. But Fulham will be no pushover on Saturday. And I tell you now, if we don't beat Fulham on Saturday, then, trying to get a European place is going to start getting harder and harder. It's just getting beyond the joke, this. It really is. Why can't we put, we go out and put 4 past West Ham, but we can't put more than 1 past Everton tonight. When we had the chances to put more than 1 past Everton tonight, we should have done it. What is going on? There is something going on. Isak said it after the game on an interview. He says, this is our fault. We should have won this game tonight. Yes, we should have won that game tonight. Forest beating Fulham 3-1. Now, I'll tell you what, we'll go to Fulham on Saturday and they'll be looking for a response to get one over us. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. With the West Ham game, okay, West Ham were tougher, but we beat them. But we should have beat this poor Everton side. This Everton side aren't that great. Let's be honest. And they're a side that could end up being relegated this season. Because if they get this big points deduction, I think there'll be odds on relegation. Because when you look at who they've got left to play, their running isn't that easy. Okay, they've got Burnley, they've got Luton and Sheffield United. Luton away won't be easy for Everton, I'll tell you that now. We did not take our chances against Everton, and that is the problem. We did not take them. Right, let's get into some comments. Bonds didn't out, says Andrew. one of the best players on the night was Hall. He never put a foot wrong. No, he didn't. I thought Lewis Hall had a great game. Let's be honest. Derek loves Dummett. How do you become a member of the channel? Just seen a couple starting to do it, and now I like to offer support. If you click the join button, Ryan, next to analytics, it'll say join. If you hit that button, there's a join button. If you hit that, that enables you to become a member as well. Also, if I can, I'll try and put the link in the chat. And that way, if I can put the link in the chat for you, if you click on that link, you can do it that way as well. Join up as a member as well. So let me try and get the link for you. Right, just bear with me, and I'll try and find the link for the join for the membership, and then you can join that way as well if that's any help as well. Just seeing if I can find the link at the minute. I don't remember where the link is now. Will you just bear with me, guys and girls? Find this link. Yeah, right. If you just bear with me, I'll try and find the link. I can't get it at the moment, I don't think. Can't get the link at the moment, but there is a join button. If you click the join button, you will be able to join that way anyway. Poor result tonight, says Mark Kerrigan. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Absolutely poor result. Definitely. Brian says the ups and downs of supporting Newcastle. Well, it's the Newcastle thing, isn't it? We go out and we're 3-1 down. We come back and win 4-3 and then end up tonight drawing a game that we should have beaten them. Let's be honest, Everton are not a great side. They're poor. Gary says, poor Bruno was a one-man midfield. Absolutely he was. Although I thought Anderson played okay. Anderson did all right. Longstaff was shocking. Spurs and West Ham's 1-1. How out, says Tiger. I agree. Ups and downs supporting Newcastle, says Holly. Absolutely, Holly. West Ham papered over the cracks. Everyone will get all happy. Eddie Howe back. Nah, we are crap. Tactics are gone. Do you know what? I can't disagree with you. We were absolutely poor tonight, mate. Absolutely were. Holly says, absolutely ridiculous. We throw away 2 points and we should have won that game. Do you know what, Holly? I'm not going to disagree. I think we should have won that game. Absolutely, Holly. Brian says, Hall injured, went down twice. Everton fans can celebrate that point. Won't count anyway next week. Exactly. Hall had cramp. For Premier League players, Longstaff has zero technical ability. And you know what? Everyone's health. Next season, 5-1, Eddie will start him in midfield. Do you know what? You're absolutely spot on. You can see it happening, can't you? You can see it happening. It's absolutely poor. It really is. It's yeah. You can see it happening. You can absolutely see it happening, and it's just it really does irk me. You know that Longstaff's playing these games when really he shouldn't be playing. If I'm honest, he shouldn't be playing at all, Longstaff. He should be Longstaff shouldn't be playing at all. Definitely not. Did Forest beat Fulham? Yes, they did, 3-1. Gary says, we were that bad in the second half. We made Everton look good. That is unacceptable. Absolutely. Papering over the cracks, Tony Matey. Yeah, Absolutely, we are. I mean, look, it was there to see tonight. We couldn't even beat Everton. You know, we can't even beat a side that are total shit. Let's be honest. Everton are shite. And why couldn't we beat them? Tiger says we aren't getting Europe. Well, not if we can't beat teams like Everton. We don't deserve Europe. Let's be honest. Do we deserve to be in Europe? Do we, hell? If you got some boots join the tune, you couldn't do any worse, says Gary. Jody Gaza says, very annoying, feels like a loss, but we come away with a point. We ain't getting Europe now. Do you know what, Jody Gaza? You're not the only one to say that, mate. Absolutely, I agree. You know, if we go to Fulham on Saturday and don't come away with anything, if we lose to Fulham on Saturday, it's just not on, is it? It really is not on. I don't know what the current score is at the moment in the West Ham Tottenham game. It's ended full time 1-1 with West Ham and Tottenham. Tiger says, Tony, the season's finished now. The team is not good enough with how I'm in charge. We ain't going anyway. Last season was a fluke. Do you know what? Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. Bet Howe will be gone in the summer once the board investigate these injuries, says Brian. Wouldn't surprise me. Big Dan Burn had a good game in his proper position. Absolutely he did. And do you know what? That's where he should be playing. He's not a left back, Gary. And this is what we've all been saying. I totally agree with you. Brian says, boos after the game as well. How is toast? Yes, I heard them boos as well. And I think a lot of people heard them as well. Tiger says, Harvey Barnes should not be starting. He's better as an impact sub. Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree with you on that one. Yeah, he is. He's better as an impact sub, let's be honest. I totally and utterly agree with you on that one. I really do. Yeah, absolutely. Tiger says, Isak and Bruno have a bunch of shite around them. I'm going to clap them off if they leave in the summer. Too good for this team. Yeah. Do you know what? Honestly, I do. I don't want us to lose Isak. I think Isak is a fantastic striker and he's proven it. And Isak, I think it's 9 games in a row he scored at home for us now, which is equaled, get this, and he's equaled Johan Gouffran's record. There you go. So he's equaled Gouffran's record. And I've got John Sinclair. Hi, John. How are you?
Big up, Tony. How are we doing, man? How are you? Good?
Well, John, put it in words, mate. I mean, look, that was utter shit tonight, wasn't it? I mean, come on. I mean, look, James Garner come on and saying when he hit the post with his shot, which went past Dubravka. But what the hell was Paul Dummett doing?
Do you know what, Paul? Hi to Tony. Hi to the chat as well. I've just done a quick fan cam with an Australian lass, and she was excellent as well. So do keep your eyes peeled for that. 11 o'clock is going out on YouTube, 11 o'clock tonight, and also on X. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Paul Dummett, he'd be better off being WWE. It's just a pity he didn't body slam Ashley and Young. I'm amazed. But didn't body slam him. He didn't a shoulder press on him. He could have pinfalled him 1, 2, 3, and he would have won it. But it's not WWE. What was Paul Dummett doing? And this is why all the people that loves Paul Dummett, right? Give him another year. Give him another year. No, that's the reason why he doesn't deserve another year. He should be gone at the end of the season. I'm sorry. I know people's going to say that that's all we got. That's all we got because of the squad, short numbers, blah, blah, blah. He is not good enough at this league. I'm telling you. Yeah, he ain't good enough. And I don't want to have a go at people. Yeah, I'm not being negative, but I'm not being funny. What was he thinking of, number one? Number two, VAR is being checked. The moment he did that, Tony, that was a penalty. That was a clear-cut penalty
Yeah.
before Lucy Ward opened a gob. That is the thing, yeah? And I'm not being funny, Tony, right? We should have been out of sight. Pickford made 4 or 5 fantastic saves, to be fair, yeah? But the problem is, we shot it too close to the flipping keeper. That is the thing. And when we get the ball, we look slow. There's no zip in the team. There's no movement as well. Excuse me. You would have thought, right, the last 9 minutes of extra time, Newcastle should have gone all out. And we didn't. It was like us playing like an away game, yeah? There's a few positives out there. I thought Bruno was excellent again tonight. I thought Dan Burn, breaking news, had a good game, right? That was offside, by the way, right? I thought Fabian Schär's tackle was excellent as immense, yeah? But the backer didn't really have a lot to do. I mean, Garner, you mentioned him, came on, made a huge difference, yeah? Hit the post. When you're 1 goal up, right, you are never safe. You always need a second goal. And I think Newcastle do enough tonight. Missed chances again, right? That's cost us. Tony, let's go for it, right? We didn't beat Luton at home. Didn't beat Forest at home. Didn't beat Bournemouth at home. Now, we didn't beat Everton tonight. And if you want to get in the top 6, right, then you've got to beat teams like those at home, Tony. You've got to beat teams like that. It's as simple as that. And I'm sorry, but tonight, I just didn't really do enough. We didn't do enough tonight. Yeah, we had chances, but Pickford's on fire. And I'll tell you another thing now, right? You can forget about Europe if we cannot beat teams like that. I'm sorry.
Oh. Absolutely, John. I mean, look, I don't know what Paul Dummett was thinking. Even in rugby, that would have been classed as a high tackle and probably sin binned for that. You know, you'd think Paul Dummett knew there's such a thing as VAR. So if he does something like that, it's going to be picked up on. It's going to be checked. And, you know, and look, the referee was, as soon as I saw it, I thought, no, he's going to be sent the monitor here. And he was sure it was. He didn't take a lot of looks at it because he didn't need too many to make his mind up. Yes, it was a penalty. And look, yeah, Dubravka got near it, but he didn't keep it out. But to not be able to beat this poor Everton team, you know, we had chances. And I'm sorry, John, the thing is, right, first half, I'm sorry, but Longstaff is gone, in my opinion. He was absolutely shocking. I mean, the chances he missed, the balls he was giving away, it was absolutely ridiculous. The sooner the summer comes, I want that guy out the club. I hope Leeds do get promoted and they pay 15 million. Get him out, because I tell you now, we can't be starting with him next season. He's absolute dross, John.
Tony, it's called a project, right? It's called a project. Now, if Sean Longstaff, like according to Football Insider, right, I read a couple of days ago, right, I know had a car crash, they're going to offer Sean Longstaff a new contract, right? Now, Tony, I want to progress, right? I'm ambitious. I got with the mentality. You got with the mentality. Peter's got with the mentality. Billy's got with the mentality. Paul, Alex, right? And you know what it is, right? I mean, if we could go to that next step, then I'm sorry, the ones been a long time not producing it, they need to be moved on. Sean Longstaff's not going to win me a title. Paul Dummett's not going to win me a title. Mickey's not going to win me a title. Yeah? Jeff Hendrick. Lascelles. Oh, wish him speedy recovery, by the way. Right? Get them gone. Get them out. Gillespie, get him out as well. He's a cheerleader. Right? Callum Wilson. I love him to bits, man. I love him to death, but he can go as well. Yeah? Let's be real. Everton weren't that good tonight, Tony. They weren't that great. They were not that great. And there's a reason they're down the bottom of the table, man. And they're going to get relegated and kind of like that. What did they offer tonight? Nout. They got a good defence. But at the end of the day, right? Oh, sorry, I take it back. Their defence are not great. Braithwaite is good, right? But at the end of the day, right? This is an Everton team that are in big trouble, man. They're not good enough. And I'll tell you what now, right? I mean, look, you can't beat Everton at home. I'm sorry. We don't deserve to win the game. We don't deserve to be in Europe, man. We can't beat Everton. Can't beat Luton. We can't beat Bournemouth. I'm sorry, but I'm saying it how it is. I'm being real here. Isn't it good enough? People has got to wake up.
Absolutely.
Don't pick names by the birth certificates, right? Pick them on form. Sean Longstaff. I'm sorry, but he's done. He's done. If he plays for Sean Longstaff next season, right, and I love him to bits, right, if he plays him, I love Eddie, but they're going to come on him. This is going to be on him. He picks him, and he was poor again.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Brian
I don't
says we
know
need a strong. Yeah. No, John, that's absolutely fine. Brian says we need a strong director of football to sort this mess out. Look, not being funny, Isak said after the game, at the end of the day, it's down to us. We should have won that game. Absolutely should have won that game. We had the chances. Harvey Barnes did nothing second half, did he?
Nah, look, he started well, but he did one little piece of skill in the second half, and he done a left-hand side where they cut the ball back to Isak, which he did his bit. Wasn't the cleanest of shot, but Milenko headed off the line, and that was about it. But Harvey Barnes needs a couple of games to get back to speed. He's coming on. This guy's coming on. Harvey Barnes, if he has an injury-free season next season, he's going to be an asset. But we badly missed Anthony Gordon tonight. We badly missed him tonight. Big time. And you can see why that he's been fantastic for us this season, Gordon. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We could have done with him tonight. And now people are blaming him for being daft, getting a second yellow card.
Did you hear?
Tiger Studio said, John, relax, man. I'm just being passionate. It's a passionate rant.
Yeah,
I don't want to do a
absolutely.
passionate rant, but I'm just saying that how it is. Do you know what I mean? But I don't want Eddie getting wrong. And if he picks Sean next season, he signs a new deal. This is all on him. This is all on him because he picks him.
Yeah. The thing is, like I say, that the dumber thing. That shouldn't have, Dummett shouldn't have given that penalty away. That's a stupid penalty to give away. That's
What was he thinking of, Tony? What was he thinking of? What was on his mind? Do you know what I mean? The moment we did that, I thought, that's a pen. That is a pen all day long. Pen all day long. You know what I mean? But the fact of the matter is, right, he's a professional footballer. What was he, 33? He's an experienced left back or a spin centre back. He should know better. And this is why this is all on Dummett tonight. He cost us a game.
And we can't give him a new contract surely in the summer.
Fact. Because the thing is, if he does give him a new contract, all on staff, it's just got to be all on Eddie. And I love Eddie, man. I love Eddie to bits, but he can't do it. Settlement should not be in the game. You've got to be ruthless, Tony. You've got to be ruthless in the chat as well. You've got to be professional and pick the best side. It's going to win you trophies. It's going to win you cups. It's going to win titles, yeah? I'm sorry. Longstaff is not going to do it. I'm sorry. Murphy is not going to win you it, yeah? I like Murphy. He works hard, but he's not going to win us a trophy. Facts. And I'm sorry, Tiger, if I was on a rant. I'm sorry. That's not normally me.
No.
But I thought tonight,
don't worry, John.
Absolutely. I watch that game that I need, and you don't take your chances, and then you get caught out like that. I am absolutely furious. I'm Eddie in, but it has to be ruthless, and it's got to be called out. I'm sorry. That's just why I don't normally say that on social media, because they jump on you like a rash. Yeah.
But he's got this sorted out. Guys, I got 33 watching. We've got 11 likes, so if we can smash the like, that would be absolutely fantastic. Thank you. And if you're new to the channel, do hit that subscribe. Sefton says he's gutted. He wants the season to finish now. You're not wrong there, Sefton. Jody Gaza says Fulham will be a tough game away on Saturday. They always play good at home. Have to agree, Dan Burn played well. Yes, because Dan Burn played in his proper position. He was better tonight.
Fact. He's not a left back. He is not a left back. And everyone should know that he is not a left back. Yeah, but he does a good job there, left back. He does a fine job there. Yeah, he gets done by pace, man. But centre back is his portrait. It's his decision. That's what he gets paid for, to defend. The guy's 6'7".
Yeah. Mark Kerrigan says Saudis will change the manager next season.
I hope not, Mark. I hope not. But my motto is he has got to be ruthless. If he's not ruthless and he's not going to keep being stubborn, I think, as much as I love Eddie, I think the Saudis will make him make some, or they find someone else to do it. But I love Eddie a bit. I'll give him another season, but there's no excuses. But I'm not going to say Eddie out because I'll back me manager. I'll back me manager, and I'm backing Eddie.
Brian says if Howe's still here next season, we'll be in the same situation. Go and look at his Bournemouth record. I mean, look. Do you think a lot of these injuries, John, is down to Eddie Howe's training methods? Because is he training the players too hard and then expecting them to go out on a match day and do the same thing? And is this why they're breaking down? Because look, I know Brian's brought up there about his Bournemouth record, but I've heard it from some good Bournemouth fans, some true Bournemouth fans who know what they're talking about, the likes of Craig
Beasley,
and who have said, Eddie Howe, this is what cost Eddie Howe his job at Bournemouth, because, he was training the players and they had players who went down with ACLs as well. And it's not a coincidence. Mings went down with an ACL at Bournemouth. Gradle went down with one. And Callum Wilson. So, look, in this season, we've lost Botman to an ACL. We've now lost Lascelles to an ACL. 6 to 9 months for both of them now. Maybe now the club are going to look into this. Yeah. Could Eddie Howe's job be on the line? I mean, did you hear the boos at full time, John, when the whistle went? Did you hear the boos coming out the crowd? Because I heard them clear as day.
I did. I heard the boos coming out at the end of the game. I mean, if people were booing, right, well, that performance, yeah. If they were booing at Eddie, then I'm sorry, it's not really down on Eddie. You shouldn't have to boo the manager. But they booed because we didn't win the game tonight. We've got to beat teams like Everton. We have to beat teams like Everton, especially at home. Yeah. And the boos definitely came out. And I hope the fans did not chant for Eddie out. I doubt it. I hope they didn't, because the bottom line is, I mean, that's the sort of game, Tony, you need to win. I mean, Thomas cost us the game tonight. And not only that, the chances we had, they should have been back in the net tonight. I think he's trying to walk. We had a good shots, but Pickford, it was just too close to the keeper. Do you know what I mean? Now straight to the keeper. I thought Isak again was excellent tonight. His movement was excellent tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Kenneth Kajia says there we have to cash in on Wilson and the rest of Deadwood in the team. Yep. I mean, realistically, how much can you see us getting for Wilson in the summer? There is talk, John, that Wilson's not happy at Newcastle now because he was denied a move to Atletico, and they reckon he wasn't bothered playing for us as much, and maybe getting that injury against Forest. He's maybe happy that he's not playing. What's your thoughts on that?
I think it'd be worth 10 million. I agree with Lewis there. But for me, I mean, if Atletico Madrid comes in for you, and you know what it is, right? I mean, it's an opportunity for him to play in Spain, because La Liga is a good league to play in, and Atletico Madrid, if you don't turn down Diego Simeone, but Wilson didn't turn down Atletico Madrid, the club did. Yeah, we should have took 18 million for this guy. Go 18 million and go and get another striker in. Simple as that, to play second fiddle to Isak. Callum's been a great servant, no doubt about it. He's been fantastic for us. I love him. If you give us a marks out of 10, right, for this time at Newcastle, I'll give him an 8. And 8 out of 10 for me. And I felt 18 million for 31-year-old with his injury record's not great, right? Personally, I would have took the money. I would have took it. Chelsea wanted him as well. 18 million. But now he's out injured. It's as simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
So if he's not happy at Newcastle, then come the summer, let him go. We don't want an unhappy player upsetting the car, upsetting us at all whatsoever. Do you know what I mean? We've got a good team spirit at the club.
I think the reason we turned Atletico down was because they wanted him on loan with a view to a permanent move, and we said no. But then Arsenal, Chelsea, and Man United were looking at him in the January window, supposedly.
Yeah.
But again, we said no, he's not for sale. Now, if they were offering 20 million, we should have snapped their hands off and took the 20 million. I mean, Andrews goes on to say next season, Mancini and Maldini, I bet you are paid.
Mancini, he's the coach of Saudi Arabia, ain't he? I mean,
Yeah.
is he going to walk away? His contract till 2027, 26, 27.
It's amazing what PIF can do, though, John. The thing is, though, if say they decided to change the manager, would you have Mancini at Newcastle United?
Well, Diego Simeone has been my first choice, but unfortunately, he ain't going to come to England. You don't want to speak English, which is fair enough for me. If I had a choice, Eddie's my manager, but if he does get sacked, then for me, I'll go with Mancini all day long.
Yeah.
All day long. He's a winner.
He's a winner.
He's a winner. Simple as that. Look what he's done at Inter Milan. Scudettos. 2 spells and he's still winning Scudettos, man. Oh, look at Galatasaray, by the way. But at the end of the day, right, I mean, if Eddie does go, and I hope he does, and I hope he doesn't, I'm praying that he don't. I want him to succeed. People need to listen. I want Eddie to succeed at this football club. I want to be a success story, yeah? But that's down to the owners, yeah? But if he's going to be sacked, then for me, it'd be Mancini. Because I tell you what, Tony, Mancini will not put that performance tonight. He will not put that kind of performance tonight. And also, he won backing as well.
Thing is, though, John, it's, you know, as much as Amanda and Jamie Rubin like Eddie Howe, if PIF turn around and say, we don't want Eddie Howe, they've got to abide by PIF because they're the majority shareholders in the club. They own 80% of the club, you know. Gary says, I have to say, for the first time, and this is for the first time for Gary, by the way, he's really questioning Eddie Howe. He says, no manager worth his salt produces a team performance like that. That was disgraceful.
Yeah, the trouble is, though, right, we had the chances, just couldn't put them away. I mean, Isak, that goal from Isak was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But this is another thing, right? For me, if Isak wants to leave Newcastle, and I hope he doesn't, we should be building a team around this guy. We should make him our talisman. I said that to Clover from Melbourne earlier on. Yeah, we should make him our talisman because strikers are so difficult to get. We got lucky with this guy because he was available for 63 million quid and Sociedad are the selling club. And the Arsenal release clause, we pay that release clause, got it. If Isak goes, right, I will not sell him to another English club for the next 3 years. I'm happy for him to go back to Spain. I'm happy for him to go to Italy or Germany, but he cannot sign for another English club for the next 3 years. I do not want him going to Arsenal or Chelsea, come back to St. James's, scores a winning goal to win the title. I don't want it for that. But I want this guy to stay for the next 5, 6, 7 years. He's our talisman.
No.
He ain't going to get that support elsewhere, I'm telling you. We adore this guy.
Yeah. I mean, Brian says spot on, John Matey House being found out and he's causing these injuries with his training. Sefton says, what was Dummett doing? I'm speechless. Well, yeah, exactly. I think we're all speechless from that, Sefton. Andrew says Dummett's challenge was pathetic. I check for dodgy betting. Tiger said, I don't know why people think once we have all the players next season, we will be okay. The same thing's going to happen as long as Howe's in charge. He's a fraud. Gary says we were lucky we didn't lose. Everton were pathetic. Absolutely, Gary. We were lucky not to lose that game. Until the subs and Barnes' goal, we were crap against West Ham in the front part tonight. We are not dominant even at home. Not good, says Andrew. I mean, Andrew's right. I mean, look, if it wasn't for Barnes, if it wasn't for Almiron getting an injury, would Barnes have come on the 67th minute? That's the thing. He wouldn't have. And
probably not.
You know, so we possibly would have lost that game against West Ham.
Cool. Well, he would have started with Miggy. I know that much. Yeah. I mean, Harvey Barnes would have been subbed without a shadow of doubt. Yeah. But play Miggy for about 70 minutes, get Harvey Barnes in to change the game, and then go from there. He's always going to pick Miggy. Always going to pick Miggy.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. But I've got one from Gary, all right? I mean, John, maybe the club are going to build a team around Bruno and Isak, see what the summer brings. We have no idea what's going on in the boardroom, mate. Thanks for that, Gary, and point taken, man. Point taken. But all I'm saying is we don't know what's going to happen, but I'm not going to listen to outside noise or all this stupid media come out and say, oh, Arsenal's after Isak and Chelsea's after Isak, He's our player. But if someone comes and says how much is he worth, I'd just say priceless. He ain't for sale. He ain't for sale.
Yeah. I mean, Jopidoni says, with respect to Longstaff, I keep seeing a large traffic cone being dumped on the pitch. When the ball or a player gets near him, he was so poor. You're absolutely spot on. He was poor, absolutely. Mag Debate says, knee consistency, it's going to cost us a place in the top 7. Yeah, definitely, mate, it is. I put the link there in the chat, I think, because Ryan wanted to join as a member. So if you're still there, Ryan, you click that link, mate, and you can join that way. Longstaff was poor, absolutely. Made Everton look like a top 7 side, absolutely. We couldn't even beat Luton, a team named after an airport, says Brian. That's the thing, Brian. Look, we concede 4 goals at home to a team like Luton Town. If we're going to concede 4 goals to a team like Luton, and that's no disrespect to Luton, by the way, if we're going to concede 4 against them, do we deserve Europe this season? Absolutely not.
Not.
Andrew says, don't win your home games, you can't get Europe.
Exactly. The teams I mentioned, Bournemouth, Luton, Forest, and now tonight, Everton. That is the thing. 1 point of Everton, a point of Bournemouth, a point of Luton, 3 of Forest. That ain't acceptable, Tony. That ain't acceptable, mate. You need to get.
And our ex-striker scores a hat-trick.
Fact.
Chris Wood.
Fact.
Somebody who most of the fan base didn't like and wanted out the club, and then he comes back and scores a hat-trick. First hat-trick of his career in the Premier League.
Exactly. I mean, I was home that day. I didn't go to the match because I had to work the next day, so I couldn't make it. And you know what? I heard fans were laughing that day. They were laughing that day, Tony. I've heard. Because we bought him for what?
Emily, that's right. We missed Gordon.
Yep. The guy's right.
Tiger Studios takes off Anderson, brings on Willock. Why not take off Longstaff, who does nothing? Absolutely.
That's down to Eddie, unfortunately. He's end of the day, right? I mean, Sean Lott is keeping players by the birth certificates, yeah? Simple as that. But he cannot be starting next season. Don't forget, we've got Tonali coming back, Joe Linton coming back, and Bruno. That's our midfield 3. Eddie's got no excuses not to play Longstaff.
Jock Adoni says, I don't think Everton were terrible at all. I just think they were all right, but I also don't think Pickford was anything but okay. Gary Hopper says, Eddie's run his time and needs replacing, unfortunately. I mean, look, I've heard it from Bournemouth fans that he used to play his favourites there as well, likes of Lys Mousset, at Bournemouth. And the thing is, that season, obviously Bournemouth went down. We're not going to go down, by the way. But that season, if you go back to that season when Bournemouth went down, when Eddie left the club, we don't know if he resigned or was sacked at the end of it because it said mutual consent, so nobody knows what it was. They conceded 60 goals that season. We're not far off from conceding 60 goals. We're over 50 goals now, so we're not going to be far off. I reckon by the time the season ends, we'll have conceded over 60 goals. And that's not good enough from our defence. That was watertight last season.
I can hear you, Tony. Sorry. What's the bit?
Yeah. So what I was saying, John, last season, our defence was watertight, but this season, we've already conceded over 50 goals. And I reckon by the time the season finishes, we'll concede over 60 goals without a shadow of a doubt.
Or we could concede more than 70 goals at this rate, and that'd be a lot less than Steve Bruce's time as Newcastle manager. We conceded 68 once upon a time. Carrying like this, right? We've got, and I said this so many times, we have got to defend properly. And if you don't defend properly, you're not going to win games. And that's fact. It's all right
Paul
scoring goals,
Hansen. Mm,
but you got to defend properly.
absolutely, John. Paul says playing Longstaff will change next season when Tonali's back, but Dummett shouldn't play again.
Mm-hmm.
Todd Foggett says how out should have we missed Almiron tonight. Um, is it me or Dan Burn plays at centre back like he's Tony Adams, rock solid? That's his natural position. That's why Tiger, and he's better off at centre back. And then Todd says, "How would spend another 200 million on average British players, but he'd pay 80 million for Solanke and 50 for Calvin Phillips." And that's a thing, John. With Eddie Howe, he does not seem to want to go out and buy from abroad. He seems to want to buy in the English Premier League. Look, I can understand in some ways because it's nice to have the experience. But come on,
Yeah.
there are some great players abroad. You know, last summer we missed out on Alan Varela, who went to Porto and has had a cracking season. We could have had him for 6.9 million. Defensive midfielder. I highly rated that guy. And Eddie Howe apparently said no, he didn't want him. Now, come on, why? You've got a player there for 6.9 million, a defensive midfielder that we're crying out for, and we knock it back. And now he's one of the best players in Portuguese football. Honestly, it's beggars belief, John, isn't it?
In fact, I mean, what's his release clause now? 10 times worth? Maybe a bit more than that, the way he's at the minute. He's been outstanding for Porto, do you know what I mean? And I just think this guy is highly rated for Boca Juniors. I mean, Boca Juniors don't sell crap players. They have got got a good young system come through. Look at Alexis McAllister. He came from Boca Juniors as well. A success story. Alan Varela, class act. Why did you not get him? I just don't get it at all whatsoever. I just don't understand. But obviously, Eddie wants English players. It seems to me that Eddie is running the show. But at the end of the day, he's the manager. And I think he's got every right to pick who he wants to buy. But for me, Dominic Solanke, I'm not sure. Lloyd Kelly, not for me. Sorry. We need to take it to another level. Because this is why Maldini might come in. If Maldini comes in, he'll rip up the whole thing.
Yeah. Tiger hits nail on the head, yeah. And this is exactly something I said back in the January window as well. Howe turned it down. He turned down an offer for Dummett from Ipswich. It falls down to him. I mean, look, Ipswich and Leeds were in for him, but then Leeds dropped out. But Ipswich quit. And Eddie Howe said, no, he's not for sale. He's not for sale. We need him. I'm sorry. We should have took, using the last 6 months of his contract, we should have took the £500,000 off Ipswich and said, there you go, take him. But no, we decide to keep him, you know? And, I mean, look, John, would you have sold Dummett in January, yes or no, for 500,000 to Ipswich?
200%, 100%. Get this guy out. Then again, he'll be playing second fiddle to Leif Davis at left back. And I tell you what, Leif Davis having a fantastic season. I'd rather have him, right? He's got a sweet left foot. Rather than keeping Paul Dummett. Do you know what I mean? We take Davis. We give Paul Dummett as a part of the deal. 100%. But I would have took it all day long. But unfortunately, he kept Dummett and he's got to offer him a new contract. And if he does that, I tell you what, Dummett better be playing every single game if that's the case. But he's doing it out of settlement. We don't do it here. You've got to play your best player. Sentimentals, I'm sorry, shouldn't be coming involved in football. Yeah? Because I said we're not going to win the league. We're not going to win titles. We're not going to win cups with them in charge. Sorry. But we have to see what happens. Like someone said earlier, see what happens in the summer. Because things could change. And we'll just see.
I mean, yeah, I've seen a lot of people putting out there, well, why would we buy Leif Davis? He's only a championship player, you know? But the guys did, I mean, look, if I just run his stats, he started 37 out of 37 games. He hasn't missed a game this season. He's been in Team of the Week 4 times. He's got 2 goals. And he's got 16 assists from left back. Now, yes, okay, people might say, that's the championship. Yes, That's fair enough. It's the Championship. But at the end of the day, it shows you he's an attacking left back.
Yeah.
And the thing is, all these people, right, saying, like, say, for instance, all these people out there who are saying, oh, why would we go and buy somebody from the Championship? Well, I'll tell you what it is, right?
Go
Okay, so
on.
we don't sign Leif Davis, but then say, what? Say, for instance, let's say Liverpool go and buy him, and he's competing with Andy Robertson next season at Liverpool. Leif
Yeah.
Davis is first choice left back. And by halfway through the Premier League, he's got, say, 8 assists. Are people going to sit back and say, or some of our fans going to sit back and think, oh, hang on a minute, we shouldn't have sold him. We should have gone for him. We should have signed him because, look, he's a cracking centre. A left back. I mean, look, when Liverpool signed Andy Robertson from Hull when they were relegated, do you think the Liverpool fans thought, oh, we don't want Andy Robertson? Now look at Andy Robertson, one of the best left backs in the Premier League. So don't judge because he's playing in the Championship and getting those assists that he's going to automatically be a bad player in the Premier League. I mean, if Ipswich get promoted, which I think they could do, if they come up automatically, he'll probably stay there. And if he has a great start to the season, then maybe January clubs may think, oh, we want him. But that's what I'm saying, John. If he goes to somewhere like Liverpool, you know, and we've got some of our fans saying I wouldn't touch him with a barge pole, might change that tune, mightn't it?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And you know what it is, right? I mean, there are some cracky, young, hungry players in the Championship out there. We mentioned Leif Davis, yeah? Right? And they got a player like Grave and Leeds United. Got some cracking players there. Do you know what I mean? You got to give them a chance. Give them a chance, man. Look at who we bought. Who was that guy? He came from the Championship. Madison
Yeah,
from Leicester, from not Leicester, from Norwich. Success story. There are some cracking young players out there. Jamie Vardy as well. Thank you, Kenneth. Jamie Vardy came from Fleetwood. Gave him a chance.
yeah.
And he's ripping up in the Premier League, a league title winner as well. So don't diss these out, mind. Don't diss them out because they can come in and make a huge difference.
Lewis is saying, remember this game? We had 2 keepers on the bench. We had the rest filled with youngsters. Lewis, look, the end of the day, Lewis. Yes, we had. Look, I know we had 2 keepers on the bench, Lewis, and we had youngsters on there. That's fair enough. But you know what? I'm not being funny. Instead of Dummett coming on as left back, why didn't we bring Alex Murphy on as left back? Or bring Matt Ritchie on at left back? Matt Ritchie wouldn't have given that foul away. He's too experienced to give that foul away. Paul Dummett should have been too experienced not to give that foul away. That's the problem, you know? And I mean, when Dummett came on, the only thing he did was give them a penalty. He did nothing else in the game.
This is it. This is it. And the problem is, right, I mean, I've never seen 2 keepers. We had 3 keepers once upon a time as a subs bench. 3. It is embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing, man. We need someone there. I just don't get it, Tony. I really don't. But I think Lewis is right.
Yeah.
You need, and not just that, we need a stronger bench in the summer. I know this FFP is going to kill us, PSR is going to kill us, but don't sell our best players to fund it because that means the big 6 will win.
Yeah. I have to agree, John. I mean, the thing is,
Right.
people keep saying, oh, you know, you keep hearing them on the TV, on TNT, oh, well, you know, Newcastle's got to buy centre backs in summer, but they probably haven't got a lot of money. It's like, no, we have got a lot of money. We're just not allowed to spend it the way we want to. But who's to say that we can't go out and spend big in the summer? Nobody knows our transfer budget. Nobody knows how much we've got in the accounts. You know, at the end of the day,
No.
we've probably got we've probably got the best accountants looking through the records. The accountants might have said, look, don't spend anything in January, wait till the summer because you can have a bigger budget in the summer.
Exactly.
And what's to say we don't go out there in the summer and go and spend, say, 200 or 300 million in the summer, and then people will be like, whoa, hang on, I didn't realise Newcastle had that much. Because remember, we got the seller sponsorship, Adidas, Champions League money. And I'm just saying if Bruno did leave, that could add you up to 500 million in total to spend in the summer. So you'd have $500 million.
Exactly. That you just never know. Because I tell you what, we're going to be busy in the summer. We got the Adidas money, we got the seller money,
Yeah.
And we could be getting new sponsors. You just never know about new sponsorship. You just never ever know. It could be seller, but I tell you what, right? Obviously, spend what we want to spend, and not the Premier League telling us what we can and can't do. It's got nothing to do with the Premier League. But I tell you one day, if clubs like us gets charged, or Brighton, or West Ham, take the Premier League to court. Take them to court and say, you can't deduct points because of that. You telling us that we cannot spend money. Nah.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you what, the Premier League is a mess, an absolute mess. Bring this new rule in. Nah. We need to compete. And they won't let us compete, Tony. They won't let us compete.
John Walker says, Howe insists on playing Longstaff. Sean rarely tackles, leaves gaps in the middle, doesn't chase back and has no pace. He's one of the reasons we are leaking goals. I can't disagree with you, John Walker. I can't disagree with you, because Longstaff is poor. I've said this for a long time, but again, falls on deaf ears. Howe won't change it. He won't drop him, Brian says we have some fannies in the squad.
Yeah. Oh, bless him. He is right, by the way. He's correct.
Yeah. Gary says Hall's going to be a cracking left back. No need for panic buys in that position. Absolutely, Gary.
Yeah, I totally agree. He had a good game tonight. Shane went off injured, but oh dear. These injuries just keep reoccurring every single week. I mean, if that's bad enough, this is it, man. Do you know what I mean? One thing leads to another with Newcastle United, man. Seriously.
Tiger says we just bottle jobs, even the ladies' team, bottle jobs, both cannot win finals. I mean, look, the final curse is different. That's something different. But look, the thing is, though, the ladies might have lost that final, Tiger, but on Sunday they come back and beat Liverpool Feds 5-1. They're now only one win away from promotion. So, look, you can't come back from losing the final. Maybe Eddie Howe's taken some lessons from Becky Langley.
Yeah.
Young players in the Championship are hungry, says Mark Kerrigan. Absolutely, Mark, they are. Definitely, mate.
Can I say something as well, quickly as well? Yeah. I mean, even Emma Hayes has got more passion than Sean Longstaff.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Evo Kev says we'll take the 4 out of. Dave says, Anderson was excellent. Longstaff's a donkey. How did Dummett get on in the pitch? The most stupid penalty I've seen a player do. Foxy rugby tackle. I mean, Dave, I agree, Dave. I mean, look, it's just absolutely mind-boggling why he even went in for that tackle. I mean, Dubravka got the ball calmly, so it wasn't like it was a hard ball. But yeah, I just don't get why. I just don't get why he did that. I really don't.
I don't either.
We need an elite manager, says Tiger. I mean, John, the thing is, right? Eddie Howe, after he left Bournemouth, he went abroad. He stood on the touchline with Sarri on the training ground and watched what Sarri does. He then went and stood with Simeone and he stood with Klopp.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he claims he's learnt off these managers. What's he learned, John? Because I've not seen anything he's learned different at Newcastle. Because if you've learnt off these managers, you change formation. There's only once or twice I've seen formations change, and that's this season. When against Aston Villa, when they brought Leon Bailey on and he was causing burn problems, he brought Livramento on and moved to a back five. That's only the one of a couple of occasions I've seen him do that, and he played a back five against City. Other than that, John, I've not seen a lot of formation changes or anything from Howe or any reaction to bringing on substitutes. He seems to react after we're going, like, say, 2-0 down. He's not proactive, John. What's he actually learned, though?
Not a lot, really, to be honest with you. I mean, it just keeps us 4-3-3 all the time. I mean, we got 2-0 down. I mean, he brings the subs on a little bit late. Why did not go for 4-4-2? Old fashioned 4-4-2, give it a right go. Go 4-2-3-1. Or even play three at the back, 3-4-3. Do you know what I mean? But end of the day, I mean, that's his formation, 4-3-3. He ain't going to change it. He's quite stubborn as a manager for me. I'm not going to lie. But I want to see Eddie change it up a little bit. I want to see him change things up, right? To a 4-2-3-1 or even play a back three, 3-4-3 or 3-4-2-1, right? As an example, Rob Edwards, he played your place three at the back, right? He changed it to a 4-3-3 against Tottenham. He went bold. He had a go and took the lead after 3 minutes to end up losing 2-1. Yeah.
Yeah.
If Eddie comes flexible on his tactics, right? Be flexible on his tactics, right? And we lose and he give it a right go, there's no coming back from it. But he just keeps playing the same formation every single week. Last season was fantastic. Now, a lot of people are saying now that he is now being found out. A lot of it has been found out. Maybe they're right. But at the end of the day, right, I want to see Eddie. I want to see changes from Eddie in the summer. Get rid of the players that aren't good enough. Get them gone. Whoever comes in, I'll give them time. I'll give them time 100%. And you know, I'll give them time because I know these players will grow. Sean Longstaff, Paul Dummett, outgrown. I'm sorry. Miggy, I'm sorry. I love you, man. You're outgrown as well. I think you'll be gone in the summer anyway. I wish him to speedy recovery, by the way. Callum Wilson, Henrik, Gillespie, Kraft, he can go as well. And yeah, exactly. And Gary made a flipping good point. He said, I think there's going to be a lot of changes, big changes after the season. Our owners aren't here. They make up the numbers.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I mean, even Dave says, 2 keepers on the bench, get some young slats on the bench, give them experience. We will have a good budget in the summer, 150 million, I'd say. Sell a few of the deadwood as well. I mean, look, the thing is, though, Everton brought a youngster on, a young Portuguese player.
I think he did all right. I think he closed us down.
Yeah,
I think he looked good.
he did. Yeah, he was pacey. Why didn't we do that? Why didn't we put Diallo on? Why didn't we have Harrison on the bench? Give Harrison a run. You know, it's not going to hurt. I mean, those young lads on the bench could have come off and had a go.
Yeah, exactly. It's simple as that. But Eddie is scared. Eddie don't want to play young players at the minute. Like, do you know what I mean? He don't want to take risks. He doesn't really want to take risks, Tony. That is the thing. Do you know what I mean? He'd rather play players like Dummett as well. I mean, he had no choice. He had to come on. He had no choice. Do you know what I mean? And anyway, why was he there? He should be at left back, not in the middle. Simple as that. And he goes and done that. I don't like having to go up players, Tony. I really don't. But it has to be said. It has to be said. It has to be mentioned. We can't just lift up the rugged, the carpet, and sweep it under. It won't work because we see things before it happens. That's why we didn't win the game tonight.
I mean, yeah, absolutely, John. I mean, look, like you say, we were just, you know, it's just poor tonight the way we just like gave that game away. We literally gave that game away tonight. You know, we should have won that game fair and square. You know, that game was there to win, and you know, we should have won it, and that's the problem. We didn't win it. And that's the annoying thing, John. You know, it just sickens you the fact that we just got nowhere near that. You know that we just could not get that game over the line. We could not get them other goals. We should have scored even before that offside goal. We should have been 2 or 3 up by then. I know it's early and it's only Tuesday, and I normally do it at the end of the week. I normally do this award for Cock of the Week. But, you know, I've got an early contender for Cock of the Week already this week. And I hate to say it, but it's this man here, Paul Dummett, for giving that penalty away. You know? Because just Becker's belief that I just can't. It feels like we've lost the game rather than won it. You know, it's 2 points dropped. It's 2 points dropped at home.
It's just a kick in the teeth, Tony. We've done so well, but he was going to coast the game. All he has to do is coast the game. If you coast the game, then we win the game. But I felt Tony needed a second goal. We needed a second goal, right?
Yeah.
And then
they would have folded.
They would have folded big time. But unfortunately, we didn't get a second goal. Everton was always in the game. And that's it, man.
Brian says, I'd rather have Paul McCartney at left back. Well,
yeah.
Let's hope Dummett's left back in the changing room.
He can't play on Saturday. We just got to make sure that Lewis Hall is fit.
Yeah, I'm sure he will be.
Or they took him off as a precautionary. If they took him off as a precautionary and make sure he's fine for Saturday and there's no serious injuries, Tony, then we'll be fine. Because I thought he was excellent tonight.
Yeah. Tristan says, did you see the fans turn on Eddie? Well, we heard the boos. I don't know if they were turned on Eddie, but we heard the boos.
I didn't see that. I didn't go to the match, mate, so I couldn't go.
Yeah. I agree, never having two keepers on the bench, that is mental. It makes no sense at all. Well, exactly, because you can't play one of them as an outfield player, can you?
Exactly, man.
But Gary thinks there'll be a lot of big changes. Mark says there'll be big changes needing the summer. Plenty of a young goalkeeper in the Championship. I mean, yeah, get a young keeper from the Championship to bring in and, train him up.
Yeah,
Dave says we played well and should have been at least 3 up. Can't really blame Eddie for Dummett being a complete idiot. However, he is putting pressure on himself for picking favourites. Absolutely, Dave.
It's been proved tonight, man. It's been proved. So, according to Gary, he's just got tongue cramp, lack of game time. He'll be fine. That's good news.
Yeah, that's what it'll be down to. Yeah, absolutely. I thought that as well, John. That'll just be cramp. I mean, obviously TNT Sports give Pickford man of the match, T-Rex.
Yeah, he was man of the match tonight. I'm sorry to say.
Yeah. I mean, SofaScore have give Harvey Barnes 7.5 tonight. They've give Longstaff 7 out of 10.
Should be sacked.
Sorry, he weren't that good tonight.
Should be. Nah. What's he want? What's he been won for 7 out of 10? He gave the ball away. Can I shoot? Great, isn't it?
Oh. Hey, isn't it just? I mean, look.
Don't go on player ratings.
When you're on about. Nah, I mean, yeah, Paul Dummett's 32. He's 33 in September this year. He played against Chelsea on the 25th of November, and he got 6.6. That must be another game he must have come on when we were cruising. Today, SofaScore have given him a 5.2 against Everton. I'll just give you the stats on Paul Dummett's time on the pitch.
Go on.
He played 11 minutes. Didn't score a goal, didn't have any assists, didn't have any clearances, didn't block any shots, didn't make any interceptions, didn't make any tackles, didn't dribble past. He committed 1 penalty, didn't win a ground duel. He won 1 aerial duel out of 1. He lost possession once, he was fouled once, and he had 14 touches of the ball. 11 out of 12 passes were accurate, giving him 92% accuracy. And he had 1 shot off target, apparently. So, yeah, that was Paul Dummett. 11 minutes and 14 touches, and he gave the penalty away in that 11 minutes as well. So, what a great cameo he had tonight, wasn't it, John?
I tell you what, that's class. Even Cafu or Maldini would have been proud of that tonight, I'm telling you. Do you know what I mean? He'll get a big money move now somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, Hall
But,
had cramp. Jamstash, I still think, as absurd as it sounds, next season with Tonali, Big Joe and Bruno, hopefully all available, we see Longstaff as a starter in the midfield. Crazy, but I can feel it in my bones. Well, that's unless we sell him in the summer. But you see, if you've got it, and look, I know people say you shouldn't talk about managers like that, but if that was, say, a Jose Mourinho sat in that dugout tonight, do you think Jose Mourinho would be starting with Longstaff tonight? Not a chance. Do you think he'd throw Dummett on? Not a chance.
Nah. Not just that, there would have been big signings before just Jose would be through the door, mate. That is the thing. And I'm pretty sure they must have spoke to Jose. I don't know if they spoke to him or not in Saudi. No one knows what it is.
Well, they saw him twice in Saudi. You saw Yasser twice in Saudi and spoke to him, but we know the media have put out there saying that Jose says he's ready for a return to management, which, Chelsea fans want Jose back at Chelsea. They want rid of Pochettino.
Wow. I tell you what, Pochettino, I'm not sure he's going to be there next season, man. I'm not sure he's going to be there next season because I tell you what, he is lucky he's still in the job.
Yeah.
He's lucky Tony.
Gary says, Dummett 40 touches the ball and 15 touches on Young. Yeah, that's absolutely unbelievable. You have frozen, John. Your video's frozen. Well, we're going to wrap up anyway, guys, because it is getting on now. And obviously, we've got to get to bed to get up for work in the morning. But it's been absolutely brilliant. Thank you for coming on as well again, John.
No problem, mate.
But don't forget, John's got a video going out from 11 o'clock tonight, so do check that out. But if you have liked what you see, please do smash that like. It does help the channel, so do give it a like. Also, if you're brand new to the channel, come and smash the subscribe. Come join this great community. Also, hit that bell notification to keep you up to date with shows as well. And you can always join as a member for any time at 99p per month as well. So, as I say, on your way out, if you haven't yet smashed that like, it only takes a couple of seconds. Just give that thumbs up a click, and that would be fantastic just to help the channel. Julie J says, Dummett shouldn't darken our door ever again. Absolutely not. Longstaff doesn't deserve the criticism after Dummett's display. We would have won without that daft. Yeah, well, yeah, we know what you mean, Ron. Julie says, send a good night, everyone. You can go back to the start and watch it again, Julie, if you want. See you all later. Take care. Keep the faith. Our owners will sort this mess out. They will, Gary. Absolutely. And obviously, you can find John Sinclair on John Sinclair TV, as it says there on the screen. The guy, and as I say, he's put a video out, so do have a look at that and give it a like.
Can you hear us, John? You can hear us. Can you hear us?
I can hear you now. Yes.
Right, sorry about that. Just go on there now. We've gone to my channel content. Clover's on there right now. You've got another 6-7 minutes to go. She's excellent, right? And leave a comment. Say hi to her. It's on there right now. And also, on one more, away from getting 7,400 people. One more sub. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. One more for 7,400.
Yeah, go and smash that. Go and smash the subscribe if you haven't yet. Subscribe to John. Joppa says, night, Tony John Chatterbox. You too, mate. Cheers.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll watch it back. Fix browser now to fix notification, says Julie. Thanks, Julie.
Thank you, Julie.
And that's absolutely fantastic. So thank you very much, guys, on a night when, yes, not a great night. Dummett the Dummy decided to give a penalty away. Let Everton in the game, which is so disappointing, to be honest with you. Thank you, Julie. Smash the like button, everyone. Thank you, Julie. So on a night when Dummett decides to be the dummy and give a penalty away, we end up drawn against Everton when we had the line lion's share of possession, and we should have won the game. But game isn't won by possession; it's won by putting the ball in the back of the net or the onion bag, whichever you want to call it. We should have won that game. But we go on to Fulham now. But I'll be back with the fan zone tomorrow night. So if you are wanting to come on and have your say about tonight's game, then do get yourself on the fan zone, because I'm sure it could be a lively one tomorrow night. That's for sure. So until then, remember, the future's bright. The future is definitely black and white. And till then, I'll see you later. And it's
See you
away
later,
the
Tony.
lads.
Away the lads, Tony.
Cheers, John.
Cheers,
Cheers.
Tony.